Toboticus Maximus. More like Victorious Maximus.
Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and this is another of the triple combination Tobots made of the main characters of the season, Maximus V. There were leaks that have been floating around for a couple of months, but now it's just been released in July. So, the side of the box, the portrait Maximus V and the Season 2 background, includes a little chip for the V-Watch. There are the three individual cars, Leo, Kaiser, Silverhawk, Captain Jack, and more renders. Oh, it looks like you can actually put the key in the Maximus V as well. This side is a portrait. June of 2020. Top of the box. So here's the card right here. And the box size is about the same as a Master V here. Yep, just about the same, but this one is a different layout. This one has a window box. On to the unboxing. Now to compare their combiner components with their regular forms. So, Silverhawk is now Blue Hawk. That silver jet cast in blue and white. A lot of white accents. Yeah, most of the color layout just replaces that gold with white, but there's also some changes in detail, like none of it on this little triangle here, and extra striping on the white wings and on the back here. And the cockpit is rendered in white. And I kind of wish that was painted blue like this. Yeah, but a very similar, if not almost identical size with a... I think the nose cone is actually shorter for this one, so... There's that. Underside, completely different. Yes, almost the same, but not quite in size. Somehow they made this shorter. Yeah, but this is a very close parity with the individual and combined modes. Usually the combiner components are much smaller than this, but it's just about the same. And there's a transparent red in the center. And this thing has landing gear, but this one does have landing gear, but no rolling landing gear. Yeah, a bit of a letdown there. It even has the molded bump for the tread landing gear here, but just solid. The Captain Jack is now a scarlet red. And of course, much smaller. Very smooth red, not much extra detailing here. It still has the anchor here, but on the other side, and in silver. And it's just monochrome red. Same color tail lights as the rest of the plastic. And the back engine is significantly different. There's no sign of a shark toe key. It's just like a offset piston engines on a silver fin. Still has those fins, but yet they've been slightly snubbed. Still has those vents there and different painted front lights. And colored in the bottom vent there. Also a very blackish black cockpit and rear view lights. Inverse? Yeah, this is quite inverse. The mirror is just red. They just painted black over the rear view mirrors. But it's also got molded brake rotors. Brake rotors in the tire.
Brakes!
Because it's a high-performance supercar. Well, that said, this thing feels awfully lighter than this. Not just in because of this, but because of how he separates and combines. This is just very light. Also, since this thing doesn't have many combining parts, the underside is pretty detailed for a car, a fictional car. All sorts of panel lining. And bonus struts for static positioning. With some nice finger grooves in there. So yeah, you're gonna have a car that is slightly floating, like a hover car. Finally, Leo Kaiser in a very fetching white and dark red, scarlet, and some blue accent colors. Compared to this muscle car, the front is replicated here nicely. Those orange headlights here, the V that's properly aligned, the VO1, and the still transparent headlights in there. Wheels are pretty similar. It still has the Tobot stone radial tires, but they're not printed out, so it's kind of hard to see here, but it's there. VO1 in the blue stripe, those exhaust vents, the intakes, the invents, red striping, and one of the most significant changes is the back here. Yeah, instead of a giant lion, you just have a pretty plain looking engine. Exposed drive belt, those pistons, the petrol cap here and here. And are those rear lights also separate transparent plastic? And shorter exhausts? But yeah, even in these combined modes, they still keep that premium feel with all those separate parts and such. Tobot V here as well. And the rear view mirrors are slightly different, because I guess these are separate panels for the combined mode. But yeah, slightly smaller, but still very detailed. Now to combine them into Maximus V. First taking Leo Kaiser, and then they're on these two transparent hinges, a curved one and a not so curved one. So yeah, they just fold up like that. Those knee pads, those very long knee pads, go forward and flip out those feet. Slide it in after folding down these hinges. There's the legs. Silverhawk is probably the most complex bit. Yeah, fold out these robo fists. Spread that out. Turn these two bits around after folding this torso bit down and revealing those spring-loaded or just hinged head. And turn this around. Torso mode. Then it should click into place. So there's a combined mode. What, do you think I'm missing something? I mean, this looks like a pretty complete robot with a whole bunch of butt kibble. Oh yeah, but he's kind of lacking heels. Okay, I'll bring Captain Jack in. He just splits into three and then folds out the tabs here. Just plug him on the back of the legs to form thicker heels. Kind of hard for the little kitty to get their thumbs into, but there are grooves. Just flick it in. Oh yeah, these fold out like this. And take the rest of the back and just flip out these little things and plug it in. Yeah, that's the best they could do with Captain Jack. Just turn him into heels and a backpack. Yeah, that's kind of lazy, but at least it helps balance out the butt kibble. And jet boosters. So I'm not sure whether a clear distinction between the combined elements in terms of color works or a all unified color scheme works better for Maximus V. I mean, I don't know if it would look better if this was all blue on the top and then all red or all white on the bottom. Because I think the blue is a little dominating here. I mean, there are several accents of white and a few accents of red. But I guess it looks kind of plain with all that dominant blue. But yeah, the color layout is competent. And I guess it's also a pretty standard super robot build. Doesn't look too remarkable, but at the same time, there are some new details like these very tessellated crotch piece and these legs. And the details are on Silverhawk are carried over here, like especially the arms. And a pretty smooth back. Pretty smooth triple kibbly back. And those Silverhawk feet now form the shoulders. So yeah, they do give a little presence and plus a little sticky outy jet nose cone. And the jet forming the torso, the jet back forming the torso. It's a pretty simple and plain, but it works. I think pretty decent. Not as nearly as outlandish as Master V's triple toe key combination. Instead, this Maximus V card with the visages of the 3 individual keys can actually store in the robot itself. So it's transparent red in the middle, so you can see that it's in there, kind of. And to pop it out, just pop it out from the other side. Only in from this way. And being all blue, the head is sort of lost in all that blue. But you can't make it out. It's a very white angular head with a very V-shaped frame face covering the mouth. Yeah, I mean, there is a little mouth line in there, but it's kind of hard to see because it's so low to the chin. Yes, this face frame is quite like Tobot Quatran. Except this one is a much more V motif and plus the traditional robot eyes and face. While Quatrans is just basically just 2 eyes. Articulation. The head is at a swivel. Outward that much at 1 click. Nice ratcheted full 360. A bicep swivel due to transformation. And yeah, you can't really get it in that pose. You have to unlock it a bit at like 3 clicks, 4 clicks. So to have a bicep pumping curl and a wrist that much. The legs are pretty hampered. 1 click and a half forward and no click back because that much kibble. Really kind of wish these were skirt flaps and this was relocated somewhere, so that you're not gonna get much dynamic kicking. Knees at a 90 degree if you pop Captain Jack off. But with that on, it goes only to about 45. And a lower thigh swivel that's not in any way part of the transformation. With bonus tire spinning action. I mean, seriously, why lower thigh swivels? That's not a really good range because they had to keep all that detail in there and they could not put the thigh swivel on top. And the foot that much? Yeah, so. Time for full-size comparisons. First, Commander Class Standard Jetfire. MP-10. Old Triton. And Master V. Just the standard Master V without his powertrain boots, Mega Drill arms, and Quantum Stealth wings. Sure, he's slightly shorter on the head level, but the extra kibble bits keep them level. Okay, now to split him apart. Level 1. Take off Captain Jack and then slap him back together. Level 2. Press the spring-loaded button on the back to detach Leo Kaiser. Just slap all that together. Pull the legs. Feet in, panels in. Double panel forward here and back. And level 3. Turn the torso. Turn that around, click it. Turn around these pieces. So first, also remove these. Turn that around. Fold in the fist. Angle it in, and the little fins lock in place. And the head just folds right in there. Well, to me at least, Maximus V is a pretty average combiner. Pretty average Tobot combiner. Just take the 3 main characters and then mash them into a new form. It's kind of like just the standard Tobot combiner checklist. Just have the individual parts in completely new colors, give them just the necessary articulation, and limited leg articulation. And sure, Maximus V might just be 2 bots with extra heel and back support, but at least it's a slightly new take. And I guess it's a personal taste and preference whether you like a mixed varied color scheme in the combiner like Master V here, or a overall unified color scheme like Maximus V. Also, in the upper body department at least, he's better articulated than Master V here. No head or outward shoulders or such. Also, at this time of recording, Maximus V hasn't been seen on the show. I'm going to guess he was spontaneously created to save the dear brother. I don't think you need to rush out to get it, but if you do like what you see, there are some links in the description.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. So until next time, this is KRBrickBot signing off.